today's episode is a special one. My guest isn't just a gifted artist with a voice like velvet. She's also family. Vayda Otti is a singer-songwriter whose music blends the soul of jazz, the groove of R&B, and the storytelling magic of country. She's an old soul with a young heart, and she's here to share her music, her process, her story. I want to say that Vayda's song is also the intro and outro for my podcast. So thank you very much. Vayda, welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get into the music, I have some rapid fire questions for you. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Excellent. What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had toast.
Okay. Peanut butter or jelly?
Just jelly, actually.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Favorite color? I like neutrals. So just like brown, beige, tan.
Okay. Like Kim K?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. What's one artist you would love to have coffee with?
Dead or alive? Dead or alive? Well, Amy Winehouse, probably.
Okay. Yes. Dead or alive. Yes. Okay. Yes. Amy Winehouse. Okay. Yeah. Totally makes sense. If you were not a musician, what would you be doing?
It could be either be like healthcare or like law.
I can see that. I can totally see that. Okay. Okay. And what's a word that your friends would use to describe you?
Probably soft-spoken.
Okay.
Yeah.
As this is happening right now. Yeah. Soft-spoken. I totally see that. One thing your fans might be surprised to know about you.
Maybe that I minored in psychology. I majored in journalism, which they might not be surprised to know, but the psychology aspect, maybe.
Okay. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Song. Give me a song that would make you cry. One. You only get to choose one.
Anything by Adele.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. I can totally see that. Okay. Who's your dream duet partner?
Harry Styles.
Of course. Harry. What's your favorite time of day to write music?
Anytime that I'm inspired, that inspiration strikes.
Okay. And you get to describe your mom in one word. Go crazy.
Like, just on top of it, like, go get her. Like, it's the job. That's the job.
Okay. Awesome. Well, you know what? You, Jack Harlow, Boys, Truman Show, Should You Be Mine, Should Be Mine, right? Don't Let the Love In, Too Close. You have 6 songs.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Can I ask how old you are now, and how old were you when you first started writing songs?
I'm 24 now. I've written songs since I was maybe 9 or 10, but real music I started writing when I was 18, 19, maybe.
Cool. What was your first song?
I don't remember my very, very first song when I was a kid. It's probably something about friendship and the sun and nothing .
Okay, but your songs are out on Spotify, Apple.
Yeah.
What is the first song?
The very first song I ever put out?
Right.
It's called Jack Harlow.
Can you tell me about it?
Tell
us about it.
The concept is basically just having a celebrity crush, essentially. And just knowing that they're very out of reach.
Okay, cool. Now, what kind of music, if any, filled your house or your car when you were growing up?
Growing up, it was a lot of pop music, just the hot top 100, top 10 charts, pop music from Katy Perry, Kesha, Kelly Clarkson, that type of music.
Who played?
Who played the music?
Yeah.
My mom.
Your mom. Your mom and my first, were my first sister, your aunt, yeah, so. Okay, cool. And what kind of music did you listen to in the car?
It was the same.
Just same.
Pop, whatever was popular at the time in the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
And have you sort of embodied that music and you continue to listen to it now, or has your music style changed a little bit?
I've developed my own. I've expanded my taste. So I listen to a lot of older music, but I also still like pop because I feel that's what I grew up on. But
okay, well, pretty cool. Did you study music in school, or what? I mean, you kind of touched on a little bit on what you studied.
I studied journalism.
Okay,
but I never took any music classes in school.
You were writing since you were 9 or 10, and then you moved to actually putting songs out there.
Yes.
What made you move from what you studied to going for it and putting that first song out?
I guess I just realized, I think I was maybe a junior in college at the time. And so I was I'm halfway done and I know I want to pursue music after school, so I should maybe just start while I'm here. And
okay. College. Where was college?
Where was called Texas State in San Marcos.
Now, who was the first person to tell you that you've got something special?
I guess my parents probably. Just, they always knew that I was the music child.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you think you are special? Do you think you've got something special?
I think so, yeah.
I know so. Yes, you do have something special. Okay. You mentioned your parents, obviously. So how supportive are they, especially being in not just an African family, a Nigerian family, they've put you through school. How supportive are they of what you're doing?
I think they're as supportive as they can be because, as you mentioned, they're very traditional. So they didn't grow up knowing that being a pop star was an option. So, they're there. They're allowing me to do it. I know some parents wouldn't let their kids pursue it at all. So,
so they're open,
yes,
which is nice, and that says a lot from an African family. From our family, I know how we grew up. We were supposed to be this, and this. So that's pretty major, and that's cool. Okay. Now I know you to be a compassionate person, full of heart, and you take care of your brother, whom I'm going to get you to talk about. Do you feel that translates into your music?
I think so. I think it helps me write from a more empathetic point of view. Even if I'm writing a song about a situation that maybe a person did me wrong, but I won't write a full diss track. I'll still write from a honest perspective, but kind, not completely disrespectful.
Do you find that it helps you heal or work through whatever you're going through in that moment in time? Everybody has a healing process. Is that part of your healing process?
To write the song?
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
Yeah? Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, we mentioned about your brother.
Yes.
Oh, and I can see you bring a smile to your face. He brings a smile to your face. So tell me about him. Tell me about your brother.
He's my youngest brother. He has Mobius syndrome, so he has an artificial airway, G-tube, and I'm just one of his. I'm his caretaker. I'm his sister, but also I know all of his cares.
Growing up, what did you see about him that touched you and maybe had an impact on who you are today?
Well, like I said, I think he just makes me more empathetic. Maybe me and all my siblings. I'm just more aware of special needs children in general. Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned that he has Mobius syndrome, which, can you tell the listeners what that is? As much as you know, you don't have to get too technical.
I believe it's he can't move his face.
Yeah.
Much.
It has an impact on his facial nerves.
Yeah.
So that is quite a bit. And I see you every day take care of him, and I can see how that would have molded and shaped who you are today. So kudos to you.
So thank you.
That's big, yeah. Okay, I might come back to that a little bit more, but let's talk about Amy Winehouse. Okay, so you've said that hearing Amy Winehouse's Frank album changed something in you. What was it about that music that clicked for you?
It was just really honest songwriting. Like I said, I grew up on pop, which it's good music, but it's not all of the time does it go below the surface. And so that was the first time that I kind of heard that. And it just inspired me to try and challenge myself to see if I can write as honestly but also with a touch of humor and wittiness that I feel maybe a lot of it, maybe it's because she's British that comes out, but yeah.
Honesty, humor, truth, sign language. Do you ever feel nervous being vulnerable when you write your songs?
No, not really. I feel these days it's more common to be more honest in music, I feel like.
Yeah? Okay. Other than Amy Winehouse, is there anybody else that inspires you?
Ariana Grande is one of my favorite artists of all time. Adele, Sade, SZA. I would say those are my top. Okay.
And what is it about their music that speaks to you?
I guess with Sade, just she has a very distinct voice, a very soft tone, which I like. The style is different to what is out today. Ariana Grande, I just have been a fan of her since I was in middle school, so I just kind of grew up listening to her music.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Oh, okay. You talked about SZA and Ariana Grande, but do you feel that you are putting yourself out there in your truest form? Do you feel you could be truer? Do you feel you need to pull back a bit?
No, I feel I'm just doing the best I can with what I have as an independent artist who's just doing everything myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have 6 songs out now that are all written by you, which to me is incredible. I love music and lyrics mean a lot to me. What is your writing ritual? How do you come up with them?
Most of the time, an idea just like pops into my head, and then I immediately have to write it like in the notes app of my phone. Like sometimes it'll be like the first line of a song, like that happened with Truman Show. And I was in the shower, and then I just stopped and typed it out. So I don't force myself to write. I only write when it comes like to me.
When you're inspired.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you write lyrics first? Do you think of the melody, or does it all come at one time?
It's normally lyrics first, always. Because the story that I'm telling is more important at the time.
Okay. And then do you come up with the melody as well? Or do you have an idea of what you want it to be?
The melody will come pretty naturally after I write the song.
Really? I think that's talent. That's pretty cool. It's not my world, but you know. Okay, how do you know when a song is finished?
No, when I'm nitpicking little things, and I'm just like, okay, I think it's just done. Then I'm just overthinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you ever have songs that you've written and you just kept for yourself?
I do have a collection of songs that like would make it to an album, but I have a goal of being signed before I release an album, so...
Okay.
I do have a bunch of songs.
Okay. Well, that's amazing. I was surprised when Michael Jackson, you know, posthumously, obviously, he had some songs, and I was kind of surprised, like, why didn't he release them, right? And so I didn't know that artists do that. They have the songs that you keep for yourselves, and they must be pretty special.
I think so.
Okay. Awesome. I want to play something for you.
I think we played pretend as kids so that when we get older, we'd night out to think of
This is
things that Truman. Colder, tired to play.
That's the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the story behind that?
Yes. That song is about just feeling, well, it's inspired by the movie Truman Show, which I don't know if you've know about it or seen it.
I do. Didn't what's his name?
Jim Carrey.
Right, Jim Carrey. Yeah. I could think of someone doing that.
Yes, which I actually watched that for the first time in high school in psychology. Okay. Actually, but it's inspired. There's a line in that movie that's like, "We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented." Something along those lines, and that kind of inspired it. It's about like feeling pressure from society and just kind of following a path that everybody else is kind of telling you to, just because it's conventionally the thing to do. So, yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. When you look in today's society, artists, what's going on with artists? People want to be like celebrities, good or bad. Do you feel that artists have the freedom to express themselves? Because when people think of artists, you think of freedom of expression. Do you really feel that artists have the freedom to be who they really want to be?
These days, yes. I think of like Chapo Roan, who's very outspoken. So I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I'm not signed to a label. I don't know, but she seems to be outspoken. And so I think so.
You think so?
I think it comes out, especially through social media. So
yeah, I kind of wonder, quite frankly, because I think what people see on social media, especially young people, you think it's real, but it's not always true, right? And so there has to be some caution there that they're also in the public eye, and they are seen as mentors, and maybe sometimes there may be a bit of pressure to not be able to be who they want to be. Yeah. So with that in mind, where do you see yourself at knowing that one day you will be that person that maybe a young Vayda or whomever is looking to, and I want to be like you? What do you want to put out there to the world as being Vayda?
I guess just be yourself. It sounds cliche and everybody says it, but I think it helps you more than it hurts you to just find what makes you special and what makes you you, and just lean into that.
Yeah.
So
I agree, because if you're super awesome and good, someone's going to judge you. If you're terrible, people are going to judge you anyway.
That's true.
So just be you. Be you. Yeah. Okay. Now, your songs, they explore a lot about love and longing. Would you agree?
Yes.
To some degree, yes, of course, yeah. Do you write more from real life, imagination, or a mix of both?
I guess a mix of both, but more so real life. But yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to ask you about real life, so tell me about the love then.
Well,
You're blushing.
well, I feel like the only song that is obvious who it's about is my first song because I titled it Jack Harlow. But other than that, I don't really say who it's about. I mean, I know I always have somebody in mind when I'm writing a song. I'll say that.
Okay. Okay. So who's your ideal partner? You know, in a perfect world, what would an ideal partner look like?
Well, I guess personality traits, somebody who's patient and understanding, and somebody who is intuitive and like knows me more than I know myself, and somebody who can read the room and just knows.
Yeah.
And just somebody who's kind overall. Yes.
And I always told you someone that's like Uncle, my husband.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just a given. He's got to be like Uncle.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone who loves and likes you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, do you think that songwriting has taught you more about who you are, even at this age?
I've always written. I think I've just grown as a writer, but I'm not sure if it's told me more about myself because I've always loved writing and I've always felt that I was a strong writer. So
you are. Yeah.
I feel like I'm learning what I like and what I don't like and how to be better.
Okay. Because as time has gone on, you're writing. Oh, well, I think your music has changed somewhat, you know, so you're evolving in a way. Okay. Developing. Cool. Now, if you could look at yourself when you were 9, 10, when you put out your first album and you could tell yourself something about love, what would it be?
I would just say keep loving love because I've always been like a hopeless romantic. So just keep holding on to that.
Yeah, because it's okay. I'm a hopeless romantic too. I put it out there. It's all good. Yeah. Love makes the world go round. When you're not making music, what brings you joy?
Well, I like thrifting in my free time. We actually went thrifting yesterday. Yeah.
We went thrifting yesterday.
Yeah.
This is my first time thrifting, and I did it for you.
Did you enjoy it?
It was kind of cool, actually. So I'm wearing thrifted jeans, and the earrings are thrifted. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got some. I don't know if they're red and white sneakers or whatever. And then these.
Yeah. I like.
Okay. So I think we did pretty good.
Yes.
I was gonna get. I bought a thrifted top, but I thought, let me just let me just hold back a little bit. But that was fun. Okay, cool. What else brings you joy?
Spending time with friends. I like going to dinner. I like watching podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, in my podcast, you're going to be okay. All right. What is one small thing that you do every day that keeps you grounded?
My night routine, my morning routine, just that time with myself. That's not chaotic and that's quiet.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Love it. I'll pivot a little bit. You know that I'm a radiologist and I deal with breasts every day in, day out. And I'm a huge advocate for breast health. In a nutshell, can you tell me what you know about breast health? And especially breast health in your age group?
I really don't know anything. I just go to the doctor every year, get checked briefly, but I've never gone to a radiologist. I don't know if I'm of age to do that yet, so.
Okay, so radiologists are not primary care physicians.
Yeah.
It will be your primary care physician that will do your breast care. Do you think that breast cancer occurs in young women?
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, we're seeing it more and more in young women, unfortunately. The youngest person that I have personally seen and diagnosed is 19. And unfortunately, we're seeing it a lot more in young women, especially racialized women, which is why it's important for me as a racialized woman looking like this, especially Black women, to emphasize the need to do your self-best examination. And, you know, I've made videos on that. So I'm just putting it out there, every platform and every opportunity that I can, just to let people know about that, to be breast aware and make sure that you check yourselves, because this is a reality, you know, and really the only way that we can nip it in the bud is to find it as early as possible. You know, you may not know what you're feeling, but if you know what's normal for you, then you have a higher inclination to know what is abnormal. So what do you have to say about breast self-examination? Yes or no?
Yes.
Say it with your chest.
Yes.
Absolutely yes. Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Hopefully I will have been signed to a label by then. And hopefully I'll have put out my first album, and I would like to headline my own tour, and so hopefully I'll just be settled into into my career, but at a different level than now.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Signed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will be signed.
Yeah.
Not hopefully. Do you know why I say that?
Oh, why? Because words have power.
Yes. Words have power, right? So you will be signed, and you will have an impact. You'll make an impact in the world because you have a lot to give, and that is going to happen, right? Do you have any new music right now that is going to be coming out?
Yes, I just finished working on a song that will be out end of the month.
Okay.
But by the time this comes out,
it will already be out. So
yeah.
This is the opportunity we've got the time, just play it from top to bottom. Let's enjoy it.
Play, I guess maybe the chorus.
What is it? But before you play it, can you tell me what the name is?
It's called,
what it's about,
yes.
And how is it different from your other songs?
It's called Everything, and it's different from my other songs because I feel like, all of my songs sound different sonically, and I want to try and find a sound. And I feel like I've maybe found it with this one, hopefully.
Okay. All right, let's play that.
I can admit that I care too much, but I never wanted to be too much. We didn't even get to go that far. Don't know me any better than I know you are. I know I care. I overthink, especially in the silence when we didn't speak. I just wanted your clarity.
Did you see? I was totally into it, and then you stopped it. Oh, that's so good. I love that your voice sounds very soulful in that. I mean, you have a soulful voice anyway, but I've been there from the beginning to now, and I can definitely see the growth.
Thank you.
That's cool. So what do you want people to feel when they hear your music?
I want them to feel like they're not alone in whatever they're going through. If they can relate to whatever I'm singing about, that's kind of the goal. Because I listen to music all the time, and it's nice when you hear a song that perfectly captures what you're going through. So if I could do that for other people.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Before this, I think your last song was
Too Close.
Too Close?
Yeah.
What was that about?
That was about liking someone, but kind of fearing maybe the judgment of others, of being with that person, kind of, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Do you put a lot of emphasis into what people think of you?
No, not necessarily, but I guess I value people's opinions more if I know them and if they know me. Yeah.
Does it allow you to be you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? You wrote a song called Don't Let the Love In. And to me, that sounds a little bit different from your others, where you're talking about love and life. What does that song mean?
Don't Let the Love In is, in a nutshell, about someone who isn't appreciating the love that is there for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and boys, boys, boys?
Yes. That's just about boys.
About boys? No.
Just in general, just I wanted to try something different sonically that sounded like disco inspired and just fun and upbeat. And
yeah. Now, I know that you have a music video that is associated with that particular song.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that process, how it happened?
Well, I never wanted to make a music video until I got signed because I have specific visions and I'm like, I know I want to execute it with like a big budget, but my mom encouraged me to make at least one music video. So I just went on Pinterest and figured it out and it's there.
Was it fun?
Yes, it was a different experience because I'd never done a music video before.
Oh my goodness, this is pretty cool. Right. Okay, love that. Obviously there are a bunch of songwriters out there. Do you have a particular songwriter that you look to that inspires you the most?
I'm inspired by Taylor Swift. I think she's a strong songwriter. I feel like a lot of artists write with like multiple writers in the room, which is fine, but I appreciate somebody who can like write a song top to bottom themselves. I know she wrote a whole album called Speak Now herself, just to like prove a point.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Have you heard this story of, I believe it's Dolly Parton that wrote Whitney Houston's song,
I knew she wrote that song, I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
I don't know the story behind it. I know she wrote
Yeah, because, I think Elvis, I believe he wanted to buy the rights. Don't quote me, I might be a little bit off, but he wanted to buy that song from her or to own the song, and she hung on to it. And I love that story because that's a boss. You know, she knew she could see ahead and she kept it, and look at what it became. And for her to have said no at that time, that speaks volumes, but also speaks to the power of you being able to stand up for what you believe. If you believe in something, for you to hold on to it and not to be swayed by.
Or sometimes people get, like Taylor Swift, she got taken advantage of and she had to re-record all her music, but she owns it now. But yeah, I think people try to take advantage of you when you know, when you're good at what you do, I guess.
Things are written down in history for us to hopefully learn from. So when you look back and hear what other artists have gone through, what does that teach you about what you want your future to look like, even just in a business world, business setting?
I mean, to read my contracts and to have somebody that I trust legally to look over it as well, and just trust my intuition at the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's important because it's amazing. And I will say that I have been guilty of that, where trust people, you sign something and, you know, you think they've got your back, but it's important for everybody to make sure that when you sign something, that you've agreed to something. Mm-hmm. So it's your responsibility to make sure that what you're signing is
not gonna take advantage of you.
Yeah. Speaking of taking advantage, you went to UT?
Texas State.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Texas State. I thought it was the same thing. Texas State. I'm from Canada, okay? So you went to Texas State, and you obviously have friends that you went to school with, that you are still friends with today?
Yeah.
Do you think that you have a lot of support from your friends that you grew up with as you've evolved in your life, your interests, your career, your music?
Yeah, I've always found that I have more support from people that like are strangers online, honestly, that I've never been met, but I've like formed connections with just because they support me and I support whatever they do as well. And I've always heard that like strangers will support you more than your friends because your friends came from the same place as you, but like you end up here and they're still here. I've heard that quote before on like Instagram, but so I've always found that like I get the most support from like strangers, but I still have friends that will support me, but not all of them.
No, that's interesting that you say that. Perhaps with over the years, I feel like your support should come from your true friends, not strangers, right? I mean, and so that's something I find that interesting that you say that. And that is something to obviously bear in mind as, I mean, you're young, you're 24. You know, you have the advantage of you will have a lot of life experience over the years to open your eyes and look out for people that have your best interests at heart. Because right now, that's probably mom and dad and me. Always. Now, you mentioned some siblings. Tell me, how many siblings do you have? You don't have to mention names.
Oh, there's 5 of us in total, and I'm in the middle. And I have 2 older sisters, 2 younger brothers. And I'm the middle child.
You're the middle child. What's it like being the middle child?
It feels like sometimes being overlooked and sometimes being the person that gets blamed. but also,
Join the middle child club.
Yes. Oh, you're a middle child?
I'm number 3. So
out of 6 or 7.
9. So it depends on where you look at it from. I feel like number 3, it signifies to me middle in some ways. Yeah. Your mom always talked to me like I'm number 9. She thinks I can't do anything. But
Well, but it's kind of comfy being in the middle, though.
Yeah.
Because you're not the oldest, you're not the youngest, you're just kind of there.
What do your siblings think about your music?
I feel like my sisters support it more than my brothers. Don't really care.
Boys.
Yeah.
Boys. You see? Okay. Now, we are in this beautiful city of Austin. What are your thoughts on Austin? And is this where you see yourself forever, or?
I like Austin, and I feel like it's becoming more popular, but I still have always wanted to live in LA. And
Really?
yes.
Oh my goodness, your mom is slowly dying on the inside right now.
It feels like it would be beneficial as a person that wants to get into entertainment, and it feels like that's the hub of where LA or New York, but I've always said LA for some reason.
Okay. Well, I like that you say either or, because I know that there are artists that live in different places and still make it.
Yes.
So wherever you go, we'll support you. You have this specific, your music has a certain style, and I know you touched on it a little bit. Do you see yourself morphing into another style later, or pulling in different styles to add to that soulful, jazzy nature of your music?
I feel like I want to try going in the direction of this new song that's about to come out, which is inspired by 70s rock music and artists like Fleetwood Mac.
Ooh, country.
Yes.
Okay, a little bit. Okay, so let me ask you this. Being that you're this age, and all this question I asked, when you look at an artist like Beyonce, where she started and now she's into country, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good. I think country music originally started with us, with Black people. So I think it's good, and people shouldn't feel boxed into one genre. And I think she does it well, and that's good for her.
Yeah, I would agree with you. For me, I love music, right? And who are people to say that she can't do that? Right? She can do whatever she wants, and she's doing it, right? And I love that, because she's a woman, she's showing young ladies that look like her and those that don't look like her, you can be you. You can own whatever you want to do, and you can do it. She's a mom, her kids are obviously looking up to her, and she's mentoring them, and I think she's mentoring young girls that are coming up like you, that you can do whatever you want, which is wonderful. Okay, as we're winding down here, I do have some more questions for you. Tell me, what is one word that describes your music? You only get one word.
Honest.
Biggest music crush? And you can't say, well, okay, you could say Amy Winehouse, I guess, but other than Amy Winehouse and Taylor Swift. So it's not a fair question, but.
Adele or Sade. I like a lot of British artists, I notice. Harry Styles.
Yeah, you do, actually, now that you mention that.
Yes.
Have you been to an Adele or Sade concert?
No.
Dream. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I would like to.
I've been to Adele. I have not been to an Adele concert. We were in the same hotel as her and Uncle Brent. Oh my goodness. I think if he could have, he would have actually snuck into her hotel room that night. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but it was okay. I mean, we tried to get into her concert, but we weren't able to. Yeah. He absolutely adores her.
I hope she tours again. I know she's taking a break now, but
yeah,
hopefully.
If I get the opportunity to, I absolutely would. We'll go together. That's our goals. Yes. Okay. What's a city that you would love to perform in other than Austin? Because you're from Austin, so that's a given.
I guess New York. I would love to do Madison Square Garden in New York.
We're manifesting. Yes.
Yeah.
What's your go-to comfort food?
Pasta.
Pasta. Yes. Yes. You know, I took one of your little pasta things last night.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Sweet or salty?
Salty.
Okay. You know how Spotify does like your most played songs?
Yes.
What do you think will be your most played song this year?
Maybe something from Sabrina Carpenter or Ariana Grande. Because they both put out albums.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
I don't listen to a lot of her, but she's starting to go on.
Yeah. She's coming to Austin for ACL.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll come back for her. Okay. Do you have a question for me?
How supportive do you feel like your parents/family are of you doing, because you're a doctor, but then you're also pursuing like social media and podcasting?
Well, I think that... Not I know. I've been married for 29 years to Uncle, right? And he's my number one supporter. He knows that it is something that brings me joy and it's something that allows me to be me. And so he's 1,000,000% supportive over that. He's my huge supporter, my biggest supporter. He supports everything I do. Obviously, your mom is a huge supporter of mine and my sounding board as well, and she's very supportive. My girls are supportive of me, and that's I love that. I love them for that, and I think it's important to surround yourself with people that support you, because in this world, that's just the nature of life. You're going to be going out into the world, working, whether it is in the music industry or other things, and you're going to meet a lot of people that seemingly have your back, but not really. And for me, at the end of the day, no matter what's happened, no matter how great or how terrible it is, I know that I can go home and I can breathe. And that's important. So, so they do 100%. And I really do wish that for you, that you will find that person that does the same for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. In wrapping up, who is Vayda?
A singer, sister, a daughter, a friend.
I love that.
Yes, yeah.
You're just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
You're just a girl. I forgot to ask you this. I'm going to ask you this. Do you like makeup?
Makeup?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
What's your one product that you can't do without other than moisturizer? Because you should never say moisturizer. Moisturizer is just a given, especially for our skin.
I guess my brows. Oh, I use like a brow gel.
I like that. You know, I feel like you can go, well, moisturizer, of course, and you can go without anything, but your brows have to be done.
It shapes your face.
Yeah, frames your face.
Yes.
I like that. Pink or red lipstick?
Red.
Red?
Yes. I'm wearing like
I would not have thought that.
I guess, yeah.
Right? Okay, so if I said pink or neutral lipstick?
I guess pink, because I think neutral might wash me out. I guess it depends.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Sephora today and do a pink, red, and neutral and see what's out.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it and see what happens. I'm excited. Okay, where can we find you?
All streaming platforms, but Spotify, Apple, under Vayda Otti.
What's your social media handle?
Vayda Otti.
Okay.
Everything.
And are you on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok? Yeah? What do you love? I think it's important to know that you have your, I see the pictures that go with your album. And I love that you've done that. So you're very, you're quite creative and artistic and you are critical of what you put out there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which is good. Okay. So please, look out for Vayda Otti. Listen to her music. It's soulful. It touches the heart. And I want to thank you for the honor of being able to use your song in my podcast. 'Cause, when you're starting a podcast, it's one of the things, okay, what song are you going to use? And I was like, what am I going to use? And you were kind enough to give that to me, and I truly appreciate it. Okay. So Vayda, the way you talked about your brother a bit, and we really touched on this very little bit. A lot of people don't know this, but he's an early riser, and he goes to bed really late, and he requires a ton of work. And you do it every day, and I see you, and you do it with love. Yeah, you pour your heart into it.
Yeah.
And I know that he requires a lot of love and care. And I see the way that you do it, the kindness that you naturally have, and the way that you put your whole heart into your music. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You remind me of something that Helen Keller once said, that the best and the most beautiful things in the world, they cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by the heart. And I can tell you something, that's something that you can't teach people. You don't have it or you don't, and you do have it. It's what you do. It's how you make people feel, and it's a real gift. It's not just you as an artist. It's you as Vayda. It's you as a person. So I want you to keep writing, to keep singing, to keep shining, and to not let anybody dim your light, because the world needs that light. And it doesn't need you to be small. It needs you to be you and be who you are. So thank you for sharing yourself with us today. And thank you for being a guest on my podcast.
Thank you for having me.